Hi everyone, and welcome back to Mutt's Plants. Back at the kitchen table today, just for a short video. I'm going to show off a new Masdevallia that's bloomed. Have another quick look at the Masdevallia bicolor that was on a couple of videos ago, and a very quick look at one of my tropical Begonia species. Not because it's flowering, just because I think it looks great and I've just repotted it so it's out and about. So this plant is a hybrid. Most of my plants are species, but this is one of my hybrids. It's a Masdevallia Sunset Jaguar. So if I gradually go up, I've got one spike on it, and there you go. So this plant was a little bit hit and miss for me. So when I got it, the stuff it was potted in was pretty horrendous. So I repotted it and found it was actually two plants in one pot that had been shoved together. A lot of commercial growers do that to make the plant look bigger. So I separated it out. Sadly, the division, or the smaller of the two plants, didn't really survive. But the larger piece, the larger plant, got repotted up in fresh media, and yeah, has got a lot of new growth on it and doing really well. And it's rewarded me this year with, as I say, two spikes at the moment, and so far one bloom. I mean, these are just incredible. I saw one of these again at an orchid show. I think it was the Solihull Orchid Society show a few years ago, and it was one of those. Oh, I've got to have one of those. Yeah, just amazing. This was going to be the only thing I featured in this video, but I'll do a few other bits and pieces. Incredible pattern, incredible colour. Really very impressed with that. I don't know why the tails aren't quite straight, but there we go. So this is the bicolor that I featured in a previous video. Now most of the blooms have come out. There's still some buds on it. It did get photographed and it did get sent to the British Orchid Council COVID-19 Congress. Having seen some of the other Masdevallias, there's some seriously stiff competition, I think, for that. I'm not really expecting, I think I said optimistically a well-placed fourth. I think I might not even get that, to be honest, having seen some of the competition. But I like this species a lot. I really do. Two flowers there. The video doesn't really do justice to the colours, and the fact that it's probably against my purple wall doesn't help. But they are absolutely deep rich purple, and then bright yellow tails. Really happy with this plant. It's grown really well. So it flowered very nicely last year, and it's repeated it this year. Always nice. Proves I'm doing something right. And the only other thing I wanted to show was this, because I've just repotted it. So this is a Begonia listada. Again, so I grow a few tropical species of Begonia, which I might feature. This was a cutting off my main one upstairs. So my main one just wasn't that happy. It was getting too much sun, too much heat, not enough humidity. So I took several cuttings. I gave one away to a friend of mine that grows plants in exchange for a chili plant that she gave me. It scared the hell out of her because she didn't know what to do with it. She's an absolute expert chili grower, but doesn't really grow anything else. So I sort of gave her a cutting and was like, just stick it on your kitchen windowsill and it'll probably be fine. And hers flowered. My original one has never flowered. So I was slightly jealous that she'd got the cutting to flower. So I took some more cuttings for myself and I put one of mine in the kitchen. And yeah, this is only really a few months growth since it came out of the propagator. Just really vibrant coloured leaves on it, and this is much healthier looking than the one I've originally bought, which is still in my home office, although I'm giving it less sun and less heat. I think the humidity is still too low. The leaves are much smaller. It doesn't grow as well. So I've had this in a terrarium. Another cutting I've got in a terrarium, and my new planted terrarium, which I'm still making videos on, has got a very small cutting in it as well. So I think it really does need the extra humidity, but oddly enough is growing. Damage on that leaf? Yeah, a little bit of damage on the leaf. It's growing quite nicely in my kitchen, which again probably has slightly cooler and higher humidity than the rest of the house because it faces north. But yeah, one of my favourite begonia species. And there we go. One final look at that. How lovely is that? Fantastic. Again, so anybody watching that's interested in my Sunset Jaguar, I grow it exactly at the midpoint in my Highland terrarium. So daytime temperatures at the moment are about 18 degrees C, because it's quite warm outside here at the UK at the moment. Drops down to be honest, not as low as it should at night. At the moment it's dropping down to about 13. I could do with a bit more cooling in there. During the height of the summer it'll get 21 degrees max usually in my Highland terrarium, but I really struggle with the nighttime drop, so I tend to spray the hell out of my plants, put some ice packs in and try to cool it down. During the winter, so this is at the midpoint, so probably gets down to about 10 degrees. High humidity, obviously, like all Masdevallias. So it's about 70+% humidity, and if it's 70, it's quite low. I've had up to 99 recently. Constant sort of gentle, very gentle air movement from some computer fans I've got in there. And yeah, grows, both this and the bicolor they're actually next to each other. So both growing very well in those conditions. So that's it, short video today, just showing off some of my plants. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all next time.